Hey, hello, and welcome to the show. It's me, JP, and Happy New Year. Here we are. This is the very first JP's product pick of the week of 2021. Can you believe it? 2021? Which are you going with? Please tell me in the comments. Speaking of the comments, we've got people over in Discord and in YouTube. I'll be keeping an eye on those comments. So hello and welcome to C. Grover, Jim Hendrickson. Nice to see you all. And let's see, I've got some optimistic news. I think I may have discovered my audio sync issue, so I'm going to watch the comments over there to see if anyone tells me if it goes out of sync. Thanks, C. Grover. I'm going to push my voice level up a little bit on the mic here. Excuse me. All right. So we'll see. We'll see if that works. The adjustment I made to my audio. So I have some optimism about this. Oh, that's weird. C. Grover says I can hear a bit of HVAC resonance in the background, but I'm not running the HVAC. Could be lights stuff. Who knows? Yeah, I don't have any other channels on this mixer either. All right, well, let's get to the show, right? That's enough behind-the-scenes stuff. So here we are. This is JP's product pick of the week, and what could it be? There are some hints available right there on that thumbnail. A couple of big hints, I think. But let's not beat around the bush, and instead let's head over to this page right here because we're going to get 50% off during the live stream. I don't know if you can see that. I'll block that. 50% off. What in tarnation? If you head right here to product ID 4836, you can beam your phone with that QR code and head right there. Oh, really? It's not in sync? Toddbot's telling me it's not in sync. And don't be messing with me, because if it's out of sync, I will have to restart it. So someone else, yeah, just went out of sync. And I'm just double checking. Oh, okay. The thing I was trying to fix unfixed itself. So hold on. I'm going to flip that one more time. All right, this is it. This is going to be the third time's the charm. So my fix, there we go. So my attempt at the fix here, again, inside baseball, then we'll get to the real show, is changing my audio source to 44 kilohertz because everything in my whole system is 44, but for some reason, just on this template for this show, it was set to 48 for the mic capture. So, all right, so this is the real test of it. Let's see if that works. We're now, I believe, everything at 44 kilohertz. Okay, so that's the page. If you head there, you can go and check out our product pick of the week. And if you go to that page right there, you're going to see that we have, I'm going to refresh it right now, a half-off special, so 50% off during the show, $1.48 for this lovely little product pick. But enough beating around the bush. Let's have Lady Ada tell us all about it, shall we?
It's a little adapter for the Wemo. So if you remember the Wii, it had these like nunchucks and controllers, and they had this kind of funky U-shaped adapter. Well, it turns out this is actually I2C. And there have been like nunchuck adapters that you break them out into pins and you can solder to them and you can control them from an Arduino or from Python or CircuitPython. So we just made it into a beautiful STEM QT board. And we used a nice thick material and gold plating, so it's very solid. It's not loose at all. And then you get two handy STEM QT connectors. Everything's level shifted to 3.3 volts. So you can use it with Arduino or with CircuitPython or Python. We have a CircuitPython library, and there's tons of example Arduino code. So I could show the demo to show this off. So yeah, so this is like, I've got this like nunchuck here. And it's got a joystick. This is what I recommend people use it with. It's got this joystick that can do X and Y, so that's kind of handy. It's got two buttons. It's called Z and C. And then inside of it, it's got an accelerometer. So you can do like rather complicated like motion control, because you can like press the button, do the joystick, and twist and rotate. The cable comes with this like adapter at the end. So instead of cutting this off, what you just do is you just look for the little section that says notch up. There's a notch in the connector, and it just snugly fits in. And we used an extra thick PCB. This is a 2mm thick PCB instead of 1.6mm. And that's what actually makes it like really solid. That, and there's these like cutouts you can see in the PCB that like there's these little nub grabbers, these like teeth. When you plug it in, it grabs it, and it does not let go. So it's nice and solid. You don't have to worry about that. And then we just used this library found online called like the Wii Nunchuck library. It's like 8 years old because these people have been using these for like almost a decade, but it works really well. You can get the joystick X and Y, so you can see the joystick goes back and forth, 0 to 255. When you press the button, it knows you've pressed the button, and then the top numbers are the accelerometer from 0 to 1000. So a great way to like add a very slick interface to like your robot, for example. Like you want to drive something or you want to control user interface. Well, this is very handy and it's very intuitive for people.
I'm not going to be fooled that easily. There we are. And so, in fact, I'm going to go and grab mine from my little cabinet of mysteries real quick. Hang on one second while I go over there. All right, and there it is. So this is our product pick of the week. This is the Wii Nunchuck adapter, and it has, like we said, it's come out in a few different forms over the years. A few different people have made these. This one is the first one that I know of that has the little Stemma QT/Quick connectors on it for using with I2C. And so I'm actually really excited to show a couple of demos of this in action. So one of the things to know about this is that the reason all of this works and the reason all this is awesome is on the Wii, there was this little port in the bottom for plugging in accessories, and most controllers for video game systems don't have anything like this. But on the Wii, this little funky proprietary connector was actually using I2C, so it's these 4 connectors for data, clock, power, and ground. And you could plug a lot of different things into these. For example, at one point, they came out with a little, I guess it's like a gyro to improve rotational control in different games. So this is basically a little gyro on a chip inside of this nub, and it just plugs into the bottom there. You squeeze those little things and I think and get it to shove in there. You can also get some weird stuff like this drawing tablet. Again, it uses that proprietary connector. It plugs into the Wii Mote, and this is really just I2C giving X and Y, and I think it's 16 levels of pressure or 12 levels of pressure. And one of our old favorites, the Guitar Hero controller. So you can see here I've plugged in one of these little Stemma QT Wii Nunchuck adapters, our product pick of the week. And now by plugging in a Stemma QT cable into a microcontroller, we can read all of the different controls on this. I think we have the 5 buttons here. I can't remember if there's an accelerometer in it. There's this strum bar, there's a whammy bar, joystick, and buttons. And of course, there's the classic, which is your nunchuck that Lady Ada showed. You probably have a few of these sitting around if you had a Wii at one point. And I think you can probably pick these up at a thrift store for almost nothing. They're just so plentiful. And you can also get brand new ones. There's these, oh, it's in my other hand. There's these nice black Adafruit black ones that you get in the Adafruit store. So go check those out if you need a new one, a nice fresh one. And I want to show you here, I've got the Turntable Controller. So this is a DJ Hero controller. You could get these with 1 or 2 turntables connected to the little mixer. And you can see here I've got my little Stemma QT Wii Nunchuck Breakout plugged into the controller's I2C port. And then I have a little Feather M0 Express here. And what I'm going to do is actually show you in Arduino's plotter, I've got it reading the different controls on here. So for example, you can see as I move the little crossfader, it registers analog. It actually knows sort of where along that slider you are, but it also, the way you typically use these is pretty quickly slamming side to side. We've got the turntable itself. And this is interesting. I think, I haven't looked at this closely, but what you'll see is it's probably registering a +1 or 0, and then here it's probably a -1 and 0 or something along that line. That's sort of how some of these types of jog controllers work in other applications. So it's not like a continuously increasing value, but you can tell there's a big difference between forward and backwards, which is what it can tell, as well as this is registering that you're continuously going forward. And I think those little marks will tell you how quickly you're doing it. So that could be an interesting controller for different applications. You've also got buttons on here that you'll see show up on the graph. There's even a little dial on here, another encoder. I don't know why it's showing up on the same channel as this. That might be something that can be adjusted in code. There's a couple buttons here, another button here, and then there's the joystick, and you'll see that changing down at the bottom. So I'm not doing anything with this other than just mapping and reading its values, but I have another demo I'd like to show you. So what I'm going to do is just move this camera here, and here is, let me get my turntable out of the way now. Here is a little demo I put together, and this is using a Wii, one of my old ones actually, plugged into our little Stemma QT Wii Nunchuck Breakout adapter. And then I'm using a 60 NeoPixel ring and a Metro M4. This is actually coded in CircuitPython, and I'll show you that code in a moment. But I'll show you this in action. So right now I have this mapped so that the joystick, if I go up on Y, it increases the number of NeoPixels, down on Y, it decreases them. And then if I tap the Z button here, I can cycle between some different colors. And I also am using the accelerometer for brightness, but rather than have that changing all the time, I decided to require also a squeeze of that C button. So you can see with that C button held down, I can now adjust my brightness, and of course it'll read all of these at the same time, so I can be changing colors, brightness, and which NeoPixels are lit. There's full brightness. I can let go of C. Now it's going to stay on that, and I can flip between colors and use the joystick. So that's just a really simple application of it, and if you want to take a look at the code here, here's what it looks like. So let me grab my Atom view here. So this is in CircuitPython. This is importing the most important thing here is the Adafruit Nunchuck library for CircuitPython, and then a few other libraries. We're instantiating that on the I2C network. I'm setting up my NeoPixels and some colors to cycle through. And then here's the key thing. We're setting a variable called X and a variable called Y to be the nunchuck.joystick values, and then accelerometer on X, Y, and Z as acceleration. And then we print those, and we also print if we press a button, and then you can see I'm doing all the NeoPixel stuff. So if I go ahead and look at the serial output right here, you'll see that, oh, it's not finding it. Let me reset the board and try that again. I had other things plugged in, so it might have gotten confused. Let's make sure that's the right one there. Oh no, we're having a problem with serial, so sorry about that. But when that's running, it's very similar to what I showed in the plotter there in Arduino. You'll see those values coming through. And what I did with this one is, you can see I'm actually mapping Some strange numbers here. New joystick maps from 0 to 255 on one of the axes. This old beat up one is actually going from 40 to 218. There's probably crud in there or something like that. But that's what I'm remapping to the 0 to 59 pixels on there, so I can do that sort of thing. So let's see. If I head over to the product page here, you can see we've got the sale going on. So right now during the show, you can get 50% off, so don't miss out on that. And then if you scroll down, you can see you can watch this show right here inside the product page. You can also click on some links in here for the code. This is the CircuitPython Nunchuck library, and it includes some examples, so you can use that. And then this is the Wii library that I am using that I showed on the turntable example. And you'll see here, these are the supported controllers for Wii under Arduino. There's the Nunchuck itself, classic controller, which is a great little D-pad and very similar to like SNES controller. I think it has analog on there as well. The Guitar Hero controller, Guitar Hero drums, DJ Hero, the Drawsome tablet. I think that's this this one. Whoops. Sorry about that. My mic just jumped off my shirt. This is that that little UDraw tablet. I think that's the one that they have there, as well as the Taiko drums that are for some drumming game. And if you're feeling industrious and you have a different controller, you may be able to use some of that code as is. Just start with the Nunchuck code and see what you get. You can also, if you're really into it, you can analyze the packets coming across from a different type of controller and see if you can map them into your code. So let me try to fix this. Sorry about the tape noises there. Push that down a little better. I got a new new sweater, and I was very proud of it, but gaffer's tape isn't sticking to it too well. And let's see, what am I forgetting? I think that's it. So remember, go and check out this URL right here if you want to go get one. During the show, it's half off. You can put up to 10 of them in your cart. Of course, you can buy other stuff as well. And let us know what you use it for. It's a really great little device for $2 or less right now. With the sale going on, you can add all kinds of different controllers to your projects, which can then be used as an example code of using a joystick as a mouse on your computer by using USB mouse HID drivers on one of the boards, like a Trinket, something simple like that over USB. So sky's the limit. You can use it, of course, in music applications. I might try that. I might try to use the turntable as just to see if I can send MIDI CC using that. But let us know what you build with it, all right? So that's going to do it for today. That is the product pick of the week. And let me jump to a full screen here. So yes, that is the product pick of the week. It is the Wii Nunchuck Breakout adapter using Stemma QT. And that's going to do it. That's our 18th one on this board. So thank you so much for stopping by. I'm John Park. I will see you on Thursday for John Park's workshop, and I'll see you again next Tuesday for another JP's product pick of the week. Thank you again so much. Happy New Year to everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.